The BJP's national footprint has expanded significantly in recent times. Not only is it the dominant political party in India by a distance, but once a party that was largely confined to the north and the Hindi-speaking belt, it now has a truly national presence. It has established itself in the northeast and also spread its wings in the south. And it is the south that will be our focus on this episode of Inside.
A very warm welcome to all our viewers. You're watching Inside Karnataka with me, Deepak Bopana. In today's episode, we talk about BS Yediyurappa, a man known as Rajaholi or the king of tigers in the political circles in Karnataka. An illustrious political career spanning over 5 decades, BS Yediyurappa has been the backbone of the BJP down south. However, things are all set to change. February 23rd, the last day of the budget session here in Karnataka, is set to be the last time BS Yediyurappa represents the BJP as an MLA in the Karnataka Assembly. So, how does the post-BSY era really look like for the BJP? We're going to talk about his career, we're going to talk about the impact he's had on the BJP, and more importantly, how are the next few years, how are they going to really shape up without BS Yediyurappa at the helm of affairs? Stay tuned as we bring you this special broadcast on BS Yediyurappa.
An individual that the BJP has much to thank for its growing presence in southern India is Bukanekere Siddhalingappa Yediyurappa. On February 27th, he will turn 80 and has been a stalwart of the party and someone significantly responsible for ensuring that it emerges as the preeminent political force in the state of Karnataka and the gateway to the south for the BJP.
BS Yediyurappa's career started in a small town called Shikaripura in Shimoga. It was in the 1970s that he joined the RSS and soon started to get recognized within the organization. It was not long before, politics started to call him. Janasangh was his introduction to politics in 1972. He was soon, of course, part of the Shikaripura town municipality and even became a president there. Now, after that, of course, began a very long, strong and illustrious career. A career that was rooted with the masses, not just in Shikaripura, but eventually in different parts of Shimoga and also spread across the state. Now, this career which started in Shimoga or Shikaripura, led him to be victorious in the Shikaripura constituency.
I know our leader Yediyurappa since 1983 when he became the first MLA, and at that time I was the state Yuva Morcha vice president. After that I became Taluk president, he became state president. Likewise, his connection with Yediyurappa since a very long time, and he used to recognize me also a future growing leader, and he has supported for all my activities politically, whatever it may be, and he will be remembered, not only myself, all the BJP at that time young leaders. As you know, there is one proverb in Kannada when there are only 2 MLAs. One is Mr. Yediyurappa, the worst time of BJP. Another one is Vasant Bangera. He left the party. He is the only person, and he used to say, Yediyurappa gudugidare Vidhana Sauda gadagada nadaguvudu. And for every he built party by only this fighting whatever the farmers cause and the downtrodden. He was the voice. That's why BJP has developed. Now, of course, he is a leader forever in BJP. Just because he may not, because of age factor and all that, he is not contesting the election. That doesn't mean that he is retiring. He will not retire.
Yediyurappa has had a long stint in politics. He was part of the Bharatiya Janata in his native Shikaripura in Shimoga in Karnataka. In 1975, at the age of 32, He was jailed for 45 days during the emergency. In 1977, when the Bharatiya Janata had merged with the Janata Party, he became its secretary. In 1980, when the members of the erstwhile Janata formed the Bharatiya Janata Party, Yediyurappa was leading its Shikarupura Taluk unit. Public activism is something that Yediyurappa has been long associated with as well, speaking up for bonded labourers, campaigning for drought relief in Shivamogga in the 1980s, among other issues. And his political graph has been steadily rising as well. He became an MLA for the very first time in 1983, when the BJP had won 18 seats in Karnataka and secured a vote share of 8%. Winning by a margin of more than 22,000 votes, Yediyurappa would cement Shikaripura as his electoral bastion in the years to come. Yediyurappa would get elected again as MLA in 1985 and 1989 and then serve as the BJP president in the state of Karnataka in 1988 and was subsequently elevated to the national level as the party secretary in 1992. When he became an MLA for the fifth time in 2004, Yediyurappa would serve as the leader of the opposition in the Karnataka Assembly. The BJP in this election had emerged as the single largest party in Karnataka. In 2006, the BJP would become part of the ruling coalition for the first time in Karnataka in alliance with the JDS. HD Kumaraswamy became Chief Minister and Yediyurappa was appointed Deputy Chief Minister of the state. Karnataka politics has been faction-ridden and elections have also thrown up fractured mandates. Disputes between coalition partners have been as common as intra-party feuds. Such was the scenario again when Yediyurappa became Chief Minister for the first time in November 2007, for a week before the state slipped back into President's rule once again. Nevertheless, this was a landmark moment for the BJP, which had formed its first government in southern India, though as part of a coalition. The crowning glory would arrive in elections held next year, in 2008, when the BJP would form a government in Karnataka on its own for the very first time, winning 110 out of 224 seats. The BJP under Yediyurappa consolidated its vote base strongly, drawing in significant numbers the Lingayat community as well, to which Yediyurappa himself belongs. But even as the party's political stock in Karnataka grew, Yediyurappa found himself at the centre of several controversies. His name cropped up in an alleged illegal mining scam in which he had been indicted by the Karnataka Lokayukta. This resulted in his resignation and even entailed jail time. Before that, in 2008, when his party fell just 3 short of a majority, Yediyurappa was accused of orchestrating Operation Lotus, which has since become a euphemism for alleged horse trading. 7 MLAs, 4 from the JDS and 3 from the Congress, defected to the BJP to eventually hand a majority to the Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, in 2019, there would be, as many described, another alleged Operation Lotus. In 2018, the party had again failed to secure a majority, and the Congress and the JDS would outmaneuver the single largest party by forming a coalition government under the chief ministership of HD Kumaraswamy. But this alliance was short-lived because several Congress and JDS MLAs, including some ministers, would defect to the BJP, paving the way for the by-elections in which the BJP would again secure a majority. Yediyurappa, who had to step down as chief minister in 2018 because he did not have the numbers, would again become chief minister.
Since 83, he represents assembly. 1 or 2 times he lost the elections. Since 89, I am in the house. To say totally, he is a very good organizer. Because of Yediyurappa, BJP grown in Karnataka. Otherwise, we would not. Totally a good leader and very friendly and a very helping nature. And what he promised, he used to commitment all those things. Politically, there will be differences between us and his party. Totally, he is a good man, good organizer.
So many of them within the Congress itself, the other day when he was saying that this could be his last speech in the well of the House, they said that probably he should contest again. This is somewhere, because of the respect that he's earned over the years, that even the opposition understands his contribution to, the politics of Karnataka. How do you think, it will be without him contesting elections? Would you say it's actually, one end BJP politically, or rather Congress is politically happy that he won't be contesting electoral,
The contesting elections, it depends upon his decision. We can't force him to continue. That is his decision. Because of age, he is not going to contest. But it is a loss for BJP. It is a loss for BJP.
Sir, if you could give us a little small, I'm not going to take more time. If you could recall that one moment that you realize that he's a man of his words, or a man that could make a big impact in Karnataka. You can recall any instance, maybe inside the assembly or anywhere.
4 years back, when our coalition government was collapsed and our funds were withdrawn, then I raised in assembly. Then he promised, and like that. He gave back, not totally, a partial amount he gave back. Whatever, usually we don't go to anybody. But any important issues, he used to help not only me, everybody.
Yes, BS Yediyurappa has had a career spanning over 5 decades. Yes, he's been a 3-time chief minister. Yes, he's held almost all important positions, within the BJP, but his career hasn't been as smooth as he would have wished to. His career has been embroiled in controversy. His, times as a chief minister, of course, has been a very, very difficult time for him as an individual and also for the BJP combined. Now, what led to these circumstances? What molded him as a mass leader despite these challenges? We tell you all this and much more after this quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Yediyurappa continues to fight corruption cases, though he's been acquitted in several land denotification matters where cases had been lodged against him. But all this has never affected the political clout he's wielded in Karnataka.
Bukanakere Siddhalingappa Yediyurappa. His career has been illustrious, but has been riddled with controversies. He's been a chief minister 4 times in Karnataka, but all the 4 times it's been mired in controversy. Be it in 2007 when there was a coalition government with the JDS, it was called the 2020 government, where eventually when he took over as the chief minister, JDS pulled back support. Or be it the next term, which started of course in 2008, and eventually it led to the government collapsing because the chief minister himself had to be arrested over illegal mining charges, and that was of course investigated by the then Lokayukta. Now, more importantly, he didn't give up his fight. In 2018, once again, the BJP was the single largest party, and eventually, there was a lot of speculation that, there would be MLAs who would lend him support, and he took oath as the chief minister, but eventually had to resign because the Congress and the JDS came together. But finally, of course, with a lot of, MLAs from the Congress and the JDS shifting to the BJP, he managed to come back as the Chief Minister of Karnataka, but not for long, as he had to once again resign from his position as the Chief Minister.
In fact, after he resigned as Chief Minister in 2011, he would go on to quit the BJP and form his own outfit, the Karnataka Praja Paksha. In 2013, his new party would corner 10% of the vote and win 6 seats, enough to play spoilsport for the BJP, which lost that election. The Congress returned to power under Siddaramaiah, and a good proportion of the Lingayat vote had gone to Yediyurappa's new party.
At about 17% of the state's population, the Lingayats are considered as one of the game changers when it comes to the politics of Karnataka. And the BJP has leveraged on this community thanks to BS Yediyurappa over the years. Now, the community, of course, traditionally voted for the Congress party, but eventually became, strong supporters of the BJP because of the Lingayat strongman, BS Yediyurappa. However, Yediyurappa's role was eventually not just limited to the Lingayats, which of course like we mentioned, are a huge population in the state of Karnataka, and especially dominant in the northern parts of the state, where BS Yediyurappa, during the peak of his political career, commanded huge control in this particular region. But there were other communities, including the minorities as well, that respected BS Yediyurappa for the man that he was and also the ideals that he believed in.
ನೋಡಿ, ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೋರಾಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಳಿದವನು. ನಾನು 83ರಲ್ಲಿ ತೀರ್ಥಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, 83ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಶಿಕಾರಿಪುರಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವಿಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಕಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಅವರು ವಿನ್ ಆದರೂ ನಾನು ಸೋತೆ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ರತಿಮ ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರನ್ನಾರು ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವ್ರನ್ನಲ್ದೇನೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರ. ಡೇ ಅಂಡ್ ನೈಟ್ ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಪರಿಶ್ರಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಪಕ್ಷ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಮೇಲ್ವರ್ಗದ ಪಕ್ಷ, ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿಗಳ ಪಕ್ಷ ಏನೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ನಮಗೆ. ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರು ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಅಳಿಸಾಕಿ ರೈತನ ಜಮೀನಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರು, ದಲಿತರ ಕಾಲೋನಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರು. ಈ ಪಕ್ಷವನ್ನು ಸರ್ವಸ್ಪರ್ಶಿ ಸರ್ವವ್ಯಾಪಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವ್ರ ಪಾತ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ. ಸುಮಾರು 81-82ರಿಂದ ಇಡೀ ರಾಜ್ಯ ತಿರುಗಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
But as some cases against him crumbled, there was eventually reconciliation between himself and the senior BJP leadership, and he returned to the BJP in 2014 and was elected from Shivamogga as a member of parliament. On the 24th of February this year, when he delivered his farewell address in the Karnataka Legislative Assembly and announced his retirement from electoral politics, Yediyurappa also pledged to continue working for the BJP till his last breath.
ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಪುರಸಭಾ ಸದಸ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆದರೂ ಸಹ ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲದಂತ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟಲ್ ಬಿಹಾರಿ ವಾಜಪೇಯಿ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರವಾಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಸದಸ್ಯರು ನಂಬ್ತಿರೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಸಭೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಂದಿನ ಸಭೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಭಾಷಣ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟಲ್ಜಿ ಆಗಲಿ, ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಹರ್ ಜೋಶಿ ಆಗಲಿ, ಅದ್ವಾನಿಗಳಾಗಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಹೀಗೆ ಪಕ್ಷವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟುವಂತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
To this date, he's completed 51 years in Indian politics. He thanked the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, with whom he's had a long association, and also rising above party politics, he noted the contributions of Siddaramaiah and former Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda to both state and national politics.
Joining us is Mr. Ajay Singh, senior Congress leader. So if you could tell us, we are today talking about Mr. BS Yediyurappa. You've been in the opposition. Your father has been a chief minister and somebody who's of course known BS Yediyurappa, very closely. And you've also had your share of proximity with him. If you could tell us about, his, persona as a leader, and also, a lot of controversies that surrounded his political career.
Undoubtedly, he's a very senior leader. And he's been in the assembly for about 40 years now. I think today is his last day, as he himself say that he's not going to contest elections again. I remember him from a very long time because I know that he's worked in various capacities. He's worked as opposition leader, then he's worked as an MLA, as an MLC, then also as a deputy chief minister. Chief minister, maybe I think he's been the chief minister of Karnataka thrice. And when my father was the chief minister, he was the opposition leader. So I know him and I've been seeing him, and since he's a serious leader, he always guides me. Like he always guides me and tells that I need to follow upon my father's footsteps. The way my father used to be, Mr. Dharam Singh used to be talking to all his party men and also the opposition and everyone. And whatever work he's to come at various capacities when my father has worked, he's always helped him. So I think Mr. Yediyurappa has kept that in mind, and whenever I used to be there, he used to always guide me. So today is his last day, and I think we'll always remember him because he's been the chief minister.
Today, the BJP remains the party to beat in Karnataka. Its chief minister currently is another Lingayat leader, Basavaraj Bommai, and it remains to be seen how the party performs under his leadership in the next few months. Will he be able to rally the party around him to the same extent that Yediyurappa did is something to watch out for. In southern India, the BJP has been in pole position in Karnataka. In Telangana, it is emerging as the principal opponent to the ruling BRS and performed strongly in the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation elections in 2020. In Andhra Pradesh, it still has ground to cover and needs to grow on its own, as it has in the past been an ally of the Telugu Desam Party, an alliance that no longer exists. In Kerala, it has been steadily growing its vote share, but is still to reach a stage where it can challenge either of the two dominant alliances, the left-led LDF or the Congress-led UDF on its own. In Tamil Nadu, the BJP remains vocal, but has had to play second fiddle to the AIADMK. But when the party's growing presence in the south is comprehensively chronicled, Yediyurappa's contribution will feature prominently with his role in Karnataka. Such has been Yediyurappa's importance to the BJP in Karnataka that despite having an unofficial rule wherein leaders step back from party posts after turning 75, the BJP has had to turn to him to take over as chief minister even after he had gone past that age. Eventually, he had to make way for Bommai, but it is certain that the BJP will bank on a strong sympathy vote for Yediyurappa this election, something that the Congress and other rivals will be apprehensive about.
No doubt on ideology, myself, Yediyurappa, we have a lot of differences. We have fought each other. And now the way he has built his party, from the scratch he has built the party, no doubt year 2 he built, under his leadership 104 numbers have come. But the way the treatment what was being given to him, the tears which has came out of his eyes is a big pain for any politician.
Yediyurappa may have retired from electoral politics, but the retirement, in terms of his significance to the BJP for the upcoming elections, has not yet taken place.
For reasons best known to the BJP High Command and BS Yediyurappa himself, he decided to step down from the Chief Minister's position and make way for Basavaraj Bommai to take over as the new Lingayat face, as the new Chief Minister of Karnataka. But the question that arose is, are the shoes of BS Yediyurappa too big to fill? Can any other leader really command the kind of respect that BS Yediyurappa did and put the BJP in a position that he had managed to do? These questions were not just asked in political circles or among the masses, but also in the High Command. The High Command soon decided that they will include him in the topmost category of leaders within the BJP. They put him in the parliamentary board. But the question arises, has this really satisfied BSY or his supporters? As far as BSY is concerned, he makes it very clear that he is going to strive to ensure that the BJP emerges victorious in 2023 and even in 2024 Lok Sabha elections. But of course, he has decided he's hanging up his boots as far as elections are concerned. He is not going to contest elections anymore, either for the state or in the Lok Sabha. What does this mean for the Saffron Party? Will they manage to have the same sort of an impact that they've had all these years without BSY at the real helm of affairs, is the question that comes up. Well, that's all we have in this special episode. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you all the aspects of Karnataka, from politics to cinema to crime and much more in Inside Karnataka.